We are on trip number 3. We almost tripped. Trip number 3 and then almost tripped. We are on trip number 3 of our voluntourism. If you didn't know what that is, it is something that we hold dear to our hearts. Not only just traveling to new countries, experiencing the views and the scenes.
We always want to give back to the community whenever we get a chance to.
Yes.
So today we are at the blind school here in Vientiane, Laos. And it's an orphanage and also a blind school for 33, that holds 33 students.
So yeah, we're doing this. We came here 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago. She came here 4 years ago and then 3. So this is my second time, her third time here. And we are going to be touring around, showing you some of the things we fixed, some of the things that they need help with now, and just exploring. This is, like I said, the third time that we've done it during our trip so far. We did one in Cambodia, volunteering and helping, and then one in Pattaya.
Yeah. The orphanage there.
I almost said Bangkok, but we didn't do one in Bangkok. And then, so this is the third iteration of that. So we got some of the kids singing and the workers singing in the background. That's one of their hobbies that they like to do, is sing, play instruments. It helps them a lot. What I did notice is that in a lot of these Southeast Asian countries, especially here in Laos, you'll notice that if you walk into like a busy area or you go to like a market, you'll always find at least 1 or 2 people who are blind. Usually they're blind because they ran into like a landmine or something, and one person is there, helping them out, and the other person is singing or playing like a ukulele type instrument or something like that, just to get some money. And it's a way for them to learn a skill that can actually help them maybe in the future, whether they join an actual paid gig or they're just kind of like begging at a mall or on the side of the street, right? Just entertaining people with their music. Countries like these aren't equipped to really help people that have disabilities. Oftentimes they have to resort to what I mentioned earlier, the begging, or just even finding little ways to make money or getting supported by a family member. Oftentimes family members can't support them, so that's why especially kids, they give them to orphanages like this or government facilities, because there's not really things set up in the infrastructure of the healthcare and social security just in these countries. So in Laos, to help with disabilities like this, especially when it's something that wasn't prepared or the kid was born normal and then something happened later on in life and now their family was in a poor area, doesn't have that much money, and it can't really afford them now. A couple of the things we helped with last time we were here, we got them this shade that was here. We helped fix their sink. I believe it was like broken last time. I think we helped fix like the water filter, a lot of the doors and stuff in the rooms, the bathroom toilets, the spray hose, the bidet, and even fixing the toilet itself, because a lot of them were broken. And then, as I mentioned with the doors, a lot of the doors actually didn't have locks, and these kids are blind, so anything can happen at night.
แปลว่ามีคนหนึ่งและที่ว่าเป็นด็อกเตอร์ใหญ่ๆและ2คนเจ้ากับและโรคของเจ้าเป็นแบบใด
ก็คือของข่อยในโรในตอนนี้นี่ก็คือถ้าว่าของโรงเรียนเนี่ยเขาจะเป็นคณะมันจะมี2นะ2มาจะเป็นresident อันนี้โรงเรียนอันนี้ของพวกเราเนี่ย
แมนและอันนี้อย่าง So he was just educating me on how some of the students, 2 or 3 of them, they do come here and they leave to go back home with their families at the end of the day. But the other students, the other 30 students who have been here forever, and once they get to the age 17 and 18, they learn how to massage, right, masseuse. They go work, and the families, they're from like the countryside, it's called Banok, and they don't earn too much money. They actually ask their kids who are blind and work for their own money, for money, to support the families in the countryside. แบบสิหรือพัดลมตัวที่ว่าแบบ
ว่าเป็นพัดลมวงจรเป็นซิเคอร์แฟนนะ
เป็นแบบสิบ่ที่ว่าค่อยส่งรูปให้เจ้าแล้วค่อยแบบสิมันบ่
แม่นแหละมันสิอันมันสิแม่นมันสิอันปลอดภัยกว่าแบบนี้แบบนี้ขนาดเฮียนนอนอยู่ถึงสัตว์ถึงแล้วมันสิอันตราย
โอเค
อันนี้
ก็หมายว่าอันนี้เป็นยังไง
อันนี้บนจุดเราจับลง
So this is the slate and stylus
เด็ด
แต่ห้องเฮียนเป็นสิคนหูใส่อันนี้มันบ่
เนี่ยเขาต้องรีสอร์ทเขาใส่เขาจะได้แต่ขนาด AC เนี่ยเวลามันง่าย
สบายดีบ่ทุกคน แต่ตอนเจ้าพิมพ์เห็นมันยากอยู่อ่ะ So, he was just telling me that he's been here since 1996, since the school opened, and he used to be a student here, and now he teaches the students every weekend. He teaches them coding. So what he's saying that the stylist in the state is very important, and they haven't gotten one from the U.S. The ones here in Asia, they break after a year, but the ones from the U.S., it's like it lasts them for 10 years.
And they're like $15 a piece.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
And they need at least like 40.
Yeah, they need 40. Yeah,
So-
because they want, the more students, the more they need.
Now I think we're visiting the classes. These are the doors we replaced 2 years ago. And I think we helped with some of these fans a couple years ago as well. Some of the kids were sleeping on floors. I think downstairs, the floor downstairs has bunk beds actually. Some of the rooms are rooms like this. It's like 8 beds. Some of them are bunk beds where there's a restroom in the room as well. And they needed locks on that. And then this dorm room right here doesn't have a restroom in it, so you have to go outside. And they needed locks in those doors outside as well. So some of the kids do, as you can see, sleep here. Some of them go home. I think school season is starting now, so they're back. Some of them go home during the summer only. And during the school year, they sleep here or they sleep inside the university. So they need a lot of safety measures to make sure the kids are safe. So that was actually one of the rooms that we wanted to replace the fans in. And there's another room as well. The reason why is because they're either broken or they're on the floor. And they're fans, which means there's wires on the floor. And obviously we're in a blind school, so it's dangerous for some of the girls because they can't see, especially as children, they're not paying attention all the time. And it's easy for them to slip, especially with the fans being like right in front of the beds for most of them. So one of the things he was telling us, which we didn't raise enough money for actually, is the bus that takes the kids to school. There's 3 different schools. The bus that takes the kids to the schools costs $230 a month. I don't know if it's multiple buses or one bus, but $230 a month. That's a lot. That's almost like, was that like almost $3,000 a year?
So this room right here is actually their closet. So their sleeping room is separate and the closet is separate. Each person has their own little closet where their clothes are. And she was telling me that all the girls have way more clothes than the guys.
Oh, by the way, this is the life skills teacher. She's the one that teaches the kids like how to use their cane, how to operate, random stuff. She's pretty much like the temporary parent for them because that's what a parent would do. The parent wouldn't be teaching them braille or math. The parent would be teaching them how to navigate. She has really thick glasses, so she's partially blind. She can't see after 6 p.m., especially when the sun goes down. She's been here since she was like 13, and she got hired about 3 years ago, sorry. And her dad is blind by genetics.
This is the hierarchy. Yeah.
It's genetics. So her dad is blind, fully blind, I believe, and she is partially blind. So after she finished and graduated here, she pretty much came and worked, and now she's teaching them life skills. So this isn't part of the orphanage part, but this is the other part of the NOC. Here, this is the hospital. So the good thing is that when the kids get hurt or injured, they can just come straight here for treatment. Just learned that the kids get free treatment from here as well, which makes sense since it's part of the organization. This is a general hospital, so people who come here do have to pay for services, but when the kids come here, it's not that they just get a discount, they actually get free health care from here.
แล้วเพื่อนเจ้าว่าเดือนหนึ่งเด็กน้อยของเฮียนเขาจะได้30,000 กีบประมาณ90,000 กีบตลอดและเงินตัวนั้นหันจ่ายค่ารถเหลือหรือเปล่า
เข้าในหันก็ต้องไปถอนในหมวดเพราะนั้นก็ได้ไปอยู่ในบัญชีเดียวกัน
So the next steps is we have to obviously send money here. What we just talked about are all the priorities. We're gonna pretty much talk about what we're gonna do, what we're gonna fix, and we're gonna meet with the director again next week and go from there.
Yeah, because I think technically we raised money before
Yep.
we left the U.S.
We did.
And we have to check and stuff for it. He could easily just take the check and just cash it and buy this stuff. But a lot of the stuff is actually cheaper in Thailand.
Yeah.
Or if we get it from the U.S. And because we have people meeting us from the U.S.
Yeah.
We might actually be able to send some stuff over.
Yeah.
But the people we help raise money with ourselves and the church as well needed it to be a check, obviously for tax purposes and charity. So we're gonna come back next week, help them with that, and then make sure we go to Nong Khai or Udon to buy some of the stuff they need and then get some of the other stuff shipped from the U.S.
Yep. So today we are going to the blind orphanage. These are all the fans we're bringing. Lots of canes, shoes. Shout out to our One Faith Church and all the slate and stylists. Yeah, we're going today.
So we finally made it back to the orphanage. It's been about 3 months since we last been here, but we got some things planned for them. We brought some items and we're gonna have dinner with them again, or lunch with them again. I don't remember if we said it before, but this is the orphanage that Kat and I have been helping out with for the last 3 to 4 years. When Kat first came back to Laos and Thailand, she came in, found this orphanage and volunteered. And then when I came about a year or two after that, I came out, helped out with, we did like a bake sale at the church. And it's been 2 years since we've been back here. And now that we're living here, we've been able to come twice now to help out and get some updates and figure out what they need, learn more about the orphanage itself, relay that to our church family who helped us raise over $3,000 the last go around right before we left LA. We also raised money for orphanage in the Philippines, or a village in the Philippines, as well as Cambodia, an orphanage there, and a village in Cambodia that was affected by HIV greatly. But this blind orphanage is something that is really deep to us, especially since it's my wife's culture in her country. And if you watch that last video of us being in the countryside of Vientiane, you would know that we went to the MAG UXO Center. They actually reached out to us to give us another free tour because Laos doesn't get a lot of coverage, and we're one of the few people who does. So we really appreciate you watching these videos, learning about it. And if you can, just like the video and give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We really appreciate that. But the reason why I brought that up is because a lot of these kids here, some of them were born this way. Some of them just have bad eyesight, so they can see, or they can wear big glasses, but they can't really see at night, stuff like that. So they're legally blind. But some of these kids, they were just playing in the countryside and a bomb blew up in their face. They thought it was a ball. So if you've seen, like I said, if you've seen that video, you would know that some of the balls are yellow and they look like bocce balls. So when they come to pick it up, they think, oh, let's play with this. And then it just blows up. And now they got shrapnel in their face. They're blind for good. And they're already in the countryside, so they're probably earning $50 a month, if that, as a family. So their family can't take care of them, can't put them in school, they can't progress, they can't be in the city, whatever it is. So they come here, the orphanage adopts them, not adopts them, but puts a roof over their head. And then some of the organizations around, even the leader that once opened this orphanage donates to them. But that leader doesn't really, he's dead and his family doesn't really contribute as much anymore. That church does. So they're still looking for people to contribute a lot of money and resources because they have a lot of needs. We fixed a lot of needs last time, but it's been 3 years, 2 or 3 years. So things come back up. So that's what we've been able to supply. I'll let Kat talk more about it because the director speaks mainly Lao. So I can't really communicate. So Kat's been really communicating with him, so she can talk more on what we fixed.
So for the past few months, we were able to donate 4 months worth of transportation that we paid for through our church, One Faith Church. Shout out to you guys. And then not just that, we were able to get 14 fans, about 40 pairs of shoes, 20 canes, 20 slate and stylists for their education. One of our goals this year was to help advance their education and livelihoods. And one of the things that Aikeo, the director here, says that they needed was the slate and stylus. It's very, very hard to find in Laos. Actually, no one makes it in this whole entire country. We actually had to order it from Thailand to get it delivered here in Laos. So we were really, really happy about that. Same with the fans.
เชฟมีสลัดน้ำมูน
เนาะไม่ได้เนาะก็คือทางวันเฟสเคสอันที่ว่าทางนำทีมโดยทางมาดามเทศเน่เนาะเพิ่นยามใดเพิ่นเป็นห่วงเป็นใยในชีวิตการเป็นอยู่ของพวกเขาเนาะเพิ่นมาสุดนี้เพิ่นยังซอยค่ารถเฮาอีกแล้วก็ซอยพัดลมเนาะ14หน่วยซอยแล้วก็ซอยเรื่องอาหารการกิน50กล่องหลังอีกแล้วก็มีน้ำดื่มใส่เท่าขาวอันพอดีวันนี้เป็นวันวายแคนเดย์ในวันที่3แล้วก็มีไม่เท่าขาวมิสเลตมิสตาลาท่านมีแนวละสาวอย่างเนาะ
Stylist ไม
มีสไตล์เลนไมกับอันนั้น
ไทยเบิร์ดสุคน
คันสั้นให้พวกน้องตบมือสมเสยตอนแล้วก็เพื่อเป็นการตอบคุณแทนคุณเพื่อนนี่ให้น้องกระเบ้าน้องตาลายน้องนักเรียนมาแสดงของผู้คนคุณทางมาดามเคสรวมด้วยทางเซิร์ฟที่มาอยู่ทางอเมริกาเนาะให้เพื่อนไปแสดงของผู้คนคุณเลย
ที่อยู่ในโรงเรียนคนพิการทำให้เกียรติสละเวลามีคุณค่าถึงแม้ว่าพวกหลานจะบ่สามารถถึงคำเว้าอันนิ่มนวลอ่อนหวานซึ่งเป็นไปด้วยความเมตตาและหักแพงหน้าอีกขอขอบใจ
Chicken. Ooh, what did you cook for us?
มีข้าวมันไก่เส้าห่ากล้องข้าวขาหมูเส้าห่ากล้องอันนี้ข้าวมันไก่
Chicken and rice and pork and rice. Ginger.
Guy. Moo. Moo.
ไก่ชิคเก้นไก่ชิคเก้น
แซ่บปอ
เป็นน้ำราดขาหมูปะโอ้ยหุ่น
So right now we're treating them out here. We brought some food for lunch. They're enjoying it. We're about to eat with them as well.
น้ำซุปปลาน้ำซุปปลา
เดี๋ยวมาเสิร์ฟบน
Guy.
ข้าวมันไก่ไก่เค็ม
Kenny's handing out some soup.
ยำทีแดง
Oh, you seem so lovely. What pasal Lao you dong?
So I am not eating with the kids right now. Kat is eating with the kids. The reason I'm not going to do that is because I'm not feeling the best, which is why I have this face mask on. So I'm just going to eat right now for the next few minutes. And when I'm done, I'll put my face mask back up and go interact with them. I am not scared of COVID. That is not why. In Asia, a lot of people wear it because of the smog, but then also because of sickness. So if you're feeling sick, you don't want to, it's common courtesy not to get someone else sick. So if in a place like Japan, that's a workaholic country, you don't call out of work. You just put a face mask on and go to work. That way you're not coughing, sneezing, dripping like I am on other people or objects on your hands or whatever, and then touching keyboards and stuff. So you just put a face mask on. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not feeling the best right now. So I'm gonna finish eating, put this back on, and then interact with them. All the kids love the chicken. So all that's left is the pork. So I'm going to pour some of this on there. Some of this camu gel or gel, whatever you pronounce it. The kids chose to have the fried chicken. They're missing out on this. The fried chicken went first. Only like 2 or 3 kids got the pork, the stewed pork, but it's so good. Let me hurry up and finish this so I can get back with the kids.
What he was saying right here is he's waiting for the roads to get better so they can open up like a massage place, because after they graduate from high school, that's how they work and earn income. เขาเจ้าเทรนจากปีหนึ่งมันบอก
ก็ได้นวด
แมนนวด
เข้าสมาคมเขาปกติเป็นหลักสูตรมันเป็น1 ปีเนาะแต่ว่าเขาเรียน3 เดือน3 เดือนหลังจากนั้นจะต้องเป็นฝึกอีกขนาดให้ได้400%.
Okay. So what he's saying is you train for 3 months and then you go, it's kind of like an internship. You go do a practice for a year and then you work as a masseuse. But that's how they are independent and earn income.
เรียนบ่ได้แล้วไปเฮ็ดนวดซองมาอยากให้เขาเป็นอันนั้นเป็นท่านผู้ใดเรียนได้สำหรับเรียนได้เฮ็ดจบเฮ็ดเป็นอันนั้นเป็นล่ามแปลภาษาแปลภาษาอันนั้นมันยังบ่มีอยู่แล้วที่ว่าเป็นของคนพิการนะของ
เข้าใจ
มันที่3มาอยากเฮ็ดเป็นอันนั้นเป็นเลี้ยงซักบ่หรือว่าเป็นปลูกเฮ็ดเฟืองเฮ็ดนางลมนี่นะเฮ็ดเป็นของเฮ็ดให้เขาส่งขายแล้วก็ให้แม่ค้ามาเอาไปแต่พดน้ำซึ่งมันบ่ได้เฮ็ดยาก
แม่นพดน้ำ
เขามีสถานที่แล้วก็เฮ็ดเป็นเรือนน้อยๆ
So this is their music room. We got some drums. อันนี้ piano อันบ่
เขาบ่ได้อันลิ้นหลายเพื่อน
man. Oh, okay. อันนี้ keyboard piano. Drums หลายเนาะก็จะมักเล่น drums มีจักอันอันนี้นะ He's saying that they don't have enough of these ได้จากหน่วยที่ว่ากี่พอเครื่องใหญ่แบบไหน
เป็นดอกที่เขาทำงานออกมาดอก
Oh, so what he's saying right here is they don't necessarily want more, they just want bigger speakers for when they accept different jobs and stuff at weddings or just different events around town. และเหลืออีก2 อาทิตย์ปู่แล้วกี่เอาเกิบมาส่งอีกเด้อส่งให้เด็กน้อย
เป็นได้ส่งหานอกก็ได้หรือว่ามาเลยก็ได้มาฝากเพื่อให้เด็กน้อยก็ได้
แมน
บ่ต้องฝากรถก็ได้ลงมานี่
แมนขอบใจหลายๆเด้อขอบใจ
ไม่แห้งเด้อไม่ได้เดินทางกลับ
We can't wait to continue to support them each year. I know that one of their biggest goals is to not, for us or just anyone that's coming to help, not to just give things, but always thinking about what we can do for their future, right? For example, we talked about opening up a massage place for after they finish school for them to have work. And if they don't want to do that, they can be translators. That's the other thing that's one of his dreams. The other thing that he talked about was wanting to educate the students to be translators, translating Lao and English. Right now, they are actually learning English at the school that they're going to, not just learning Braille, but also learning English, which is pretty cool. I did not know that.
Thanks for making it all the way through the video. If you would like to learn more information about the organization or donate, please look at the links down below in the description. In the next video, we will be heading to Luang Prabang, where we spend a few days exploring this historic town. Oh yeah, if you want to see what we did in Cambodia, click this link.